So hi everyone, welcome to Yin Yang Yoga. I'm Tanya and here we go. If you haven't already, please find your seat. And notice what appeals to you this morning, if that is sitting cross-legged on a little bit of support, or if maybe the body feels like kneeling or allowing the legs to stretch out long. And take a moment to just lift and shift the fleshy part of the buttocks back behind and then rock a little on those sit bones, really feeling that connection of the base of your body to this earth. And then bring the wiggle to stillness and invite your eyes to close or simply hood your gaze. And turn your awareness on inside this body. What's alive in you this morning? And as you feel around into your body, before we modify the breath, simply notice your body breathing. This body knows just how to breathe. And the breath can be such a beautiful bridge from the mind or the experience of being a little bit less in the body to dive right into the heart, to the being. So if you would please now deepen your breath, let the breath move in through the nostrils, let it slide right down through your central channel, and imagine sending the in-breath deep into the earth. With the exhale, let the breath rise from the earth up through your body, up through the crown of your head and out towards the sky. As you breathe in, the breath moves in and down, and ride the breath down into the base of your body. Feel the buttocks on the earth, the breath bumping all the way down into the pelvic floor. And with the exhale, it rises. Just like steam from a tea kettle, there's a freedom of it release flying upward. And using that superpower tool of your imagination, if you would please now let the breath as you breathe in escort you right into your heart space, that beautiful radiant wisdom center in the middle of your being. Your heart is like your own inner sun. There's a light that lives here regardless of your awareness of it. A light just like the sun that even when there's clouds, the light is happening. And so feel that the sparkle at the very center of you. And just by resting in that image, your heart as a sun, bright golden white light. And as you breathe, that light that is you, that energy of the heart, it expands in all directions through your body. That high vibration of unconditional love seeping into every cell in your body. Let yourself lean back just a little. And by that light of your heart, it grows so big, it expands beyond the boundaries of your skin and begins to spread out through your auric field. Your energy body is about 6 feet in all directions around you. You might feel that the energy of you beneath your body reaching down into the earth, that sacred connection between you and the Great Mother. Feel that light that is you expanding across the back body and all the space behind you. Your right side, your left side, in front of you and above you. Really good. And then use your imagination to bring that big light around you right back into that sacred center of the heart. And allow your hands to rest there, whether you choose prayer pose, Anjali Mudra, the hands resting on top of each other, just hands over your heart space. Thank you, body. Thank you for the blessing of another day. Thank you, heart, for your steady beating. And ask that wisdom center, sweetheart, what am I practicing for? How may I be of highest service to this body, this mind, this spirit this morning? Breathe in and let the belly fill. Let it rise up into your rib cage. Take it all the way up to fill the palms in the upper chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, low belly draws back. Breathe in, belly swells. Rib cage expands, upper chest fills. Exhaling, top to bottom. Just 2 more, just like that. And take your time, really let your body expand with this next breath in. And as you exhale, really breathe out and out and out until you're empty. Feel those lower abdominals gather in. And at the bottom of the out breath, hold it. Watch the sensations in your body, that desire to breathe, the intelligence in your form of, oh yeah, I need oxygen. And when that nudge becomes so strong, surrender the holding of the out breath and watch your incredible body breathe you. And let's lift these intentions with the sound of Om. Nice full breath in. Allowing the eyes to flutter open just enough. Release your feet out in front of you. Allowing your feet to come to prayer shape. And looking down, look for the triangle shape. A diamond shape, not a triangle. So you're kind of pushing your heels away from your center. I like to have just a little bit of my bolster there tucked under my sit bones for a little more ease. We take a breath in, and with the exhale, we tuck chin and round back body as we hinge forward, coming into butterfly or yin variation of Baddha Konasana. Now, for some, it might feel good to bring the elbows onto the shin bones, the hands together in prayer, and the forehead rests on the thumbs. Others might really enjoy the feeling of blocks underneath the thigh bones to have a little more support at the hips. If body is more upright, just allow for the chin to hang heavy towards the chest. Feel that sweet opening at the back of the neck. And those who are a little more bendy, if your head comes closer to the feet, allow for it. And right away, we settle into our first shape. And just a reminder, in case some of you are new to the yin practice, there are 3 primary tenets of yin that we'll play with in this first portion of class. And the first is appropriate edge. All right, so when we come into yin postures, we know we're going to stay for a while. And yin is different from restorative yoga, where we kind of prop up the bones to get really cozy. With yin, we're seeking to prop for appropriate edge, meaning that place where anything more would be too much, but anything less not enough. Right? A place where often textures are alive, but a place where we can stay. There's nothing sharp or electrical. A place where the breath can be smooth and silky. And so feel that now. Please breathe into your back body. Feel the back of your lungs expand. And it's the breath that almost lifts the bones a little. And with the exhale, you pour it out through your heart, and you feel gravity and feel the space opening with the breath moving out of the body. And we do that again. Breathe in, and the back body expands. You imagine just sending breath right into the back door of the heart. And with the exhale, you send it out through your front body, and watch where your body goes. We'll stay with that breath for a little while. The second tenet of yin is muscularly passive. Right? It's connected to stillness. So opposite from the yang practice we'll shift into, the yin practice is a time where we really let the muscles take a break. Right? Notice right now is the back of the jaw clenching, or how about the space between your eyebrows? Maybe there's some gripping in the pelvic floor. And we can use the breath as this beautiful soother, an opportunity to shine your awareness around through the body and find those places that there's a habit of holding. And just by seeing, just by inviting, we let go a little more. Muscularly passive, allow it. And we breathe into the back body and feel the bigness of the lungs and the way the breath almost lifts you. We breathe out through the heart and send it into the earth and feel gravity drawing you closer. And the third tenet of yin is time. Yin yoga focuses on the connective tissues in your body. It is a deep medicine for your ligaments, your tendons, your joints, your bones. And unlike muscles, which are kind of elasticy, right? We heat them up and then we stretch them. In order to really target the connective tissues, we come into a yin practice on purpose before the body gets warmed up. Right? Doing yin after you've worked out, it's not wrong. It's just if your muscles are warm, these stretches go into the muscle tissues. And when we start here in the coolness of the body, it targets everything that wraps and holds the muscles and bones. The parts of us that are much more tensile are steel-like in nature. And so it takes time. So take 3 more long, silky breaths into your back body and out through your front body, resisting the urge to fidget, allowing, allowing, allowing. And take a final breath into your back and out through your front. At the bottom of the exhale, surrender the act of breathing and watch again how your body picks right up and resumes the breathing process for you. And in a moment here, as we release the posture, my invitation, please, is to move so slowly and really savor the textures, the feelings before we move into the next shape. I'll give an invitation for wiggle, but before you wiggle, just allow pleasant or unpleasant. So to release this pose, hands come onto the floor, the ankles, and the head hangs heavy as you slowly, slowly walk the hands up the body, letting the spine stack 1 vertebra at a time. When your crown rises over your tail, use your hands to close the knees. Let the legs stretch out in front. Hands come behind you. Be still. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you and just feel it. Take your breath into any kind of textures. Notice what you feel. Two more breaths, just savoring. So good. And then as you're ready, if you want to wiggle it out a little, you can bring the feet to standing. Might feel good to send the knees a little side to side. From here, we're going to move into a variation of twist, which is kind of a hybrid shape between the yin and the restorative practice. If you have a bolster and you know that your body prefers a less deep twist, you might grab for that bolster. You're going to come to sitting on your tush with your feet as wide as the edges of the yoga mat. If you want a prop to keep your chest lifted, you're going to have your bolster behind you. Bolster is optional. You don't need it. You can also use a folded blanket if you want it. Allow the knees to topple off to the left and just hang there for a minute. Let that, especially that inner right knee, just relax towards the ground. Notice what you feel, inner outer right hip. Breathe. And then let your right hand just kind of sweep across the horizon. Look at your left hand. Right hand finds the left hand behind you. Now, press into the hands, lift that left hip up and put it right back down again. Just shake your tail feathers out a little bit, right? In yin, we want to let the bones fall where they fall. You press into the fingers and just gently, little yang accent. See if by tugging on the floor, the right ribs can move forward a little more and the left tuck back. And then from there, come down onto your forearms. Now, this is where you might ask your body, sweetheart, are we good here on the forearms, or would you like a bolster to come there underneath the belly? Optional. Maybe you're just there on the forearms. Hands can be flat on the earth or interlacing fingers. Relax. And this might be where many stay. Or if and only if the body wants a little more, you can experiment with sending those elbows wide, stacking the palms and bringing your forehead down to rest on your hands. And then again, in these first few moments of you knowing we're going to be here, 3 minutes or so, you check in with your body and you ask, sweetheart, are we good? Can you be here for 3 minutes and breathe? Or would body prefer a little more support? You take these first few moments as you find the yin posture to bring in whatever's needed so that you can just melt into the beingness right here, right now. Thank you, body. Mm-hmm. So those little time containers that the yin practice offers for us are such wonderful opportunities for inquiry, meditation, breath. So again, we use that breath as a bridge into the more subtle bodies, the more embodied experience of the human experience. So if you would please just exhale and blow the breath out. And then think about your left lung and breathe into the left lung, the left ribs, let your left chest expand with the inhale. Hold it at the top. Imagine swishing your breath across the spine and exhale out through the right chest. Feeling gravity, again, tug the chest towards the earth. You breathe in, left lung, left back expands on the inhale. You pause, hold the breath for a moment. Exhale, swish it across the spine and pour that breath out through the right chest. Breathing in, left side. Breathing out, right side. Breathing in, left lung. Breathing out, right chest. It's just like that. Yoga means to yoke, to bring together, union, to merge. I'm always amazed at the power of the breath body. How I can still my bones, and yet that swelling of the inhalation and the surrender of the exhalation quite literally creates shape change. Right? So it's not using the muscles to shift, it's allowing the breath in the same way that water can run across a landscape and clear debris and over time change the shape of things. You allow that here, your breath, to soothe, to reset, to cleanse, to clear. Twisting so good for wringing out the organs, detoxifying, clearing, cleansing. Let your breath partner with the shape of the body. And may you focus on receiving the gifts of it all. Take 2 more breaths that way, in through the left, out through the right. So good. Surrendering the breath, preparing to release the shape. We're actually going to transition from this shape right into the next before we come to second side. From here, we're going to move into sleeping swan, which is a yin variation of pigeon pose. If for any reason of knees or ankles, your body is not content in pigeon, you're welcome to find your back body and be in figure 4. I'll demo that in a moment. But from here to release, we're going to bring hands underneath the shoulders and lift up through the chest. And again, just pause, take a breath, and let it go. And then press into the hands to keep rotating, belly button towards the earth, that left knee shift towards the left wrist, and you Press into the hands to walk that knee towards the left wrist. Tuck the toes of the right foot and use the right leg to inchworm your body back. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Flexing through the ankle is going to stabilize you through the knee joint. Take a deep breath in and just pause here. Let your right frontal hip bone rock towards the earth a little bit and then your left sit bone towards the earth. Right frontal hip bone rocks forward and then left sit bone towards the earth. So it's just a little rocking, exploring. Oh, I noticed this. I feel that. And then come to what feels like center for you and allow your body to hinge forward. Again, maybe you come to forearms and that's where you stay. Maybe body needs a block underneath that left hip or fold a blanket. Or maybe some want to bow the elbows wide and stack the hands and bring your forehead to rest on the hands. Or if you want even more texture, some will spread their arms out and give the earth a big hug. And again, if this doesn't suit you, knees, ankles, what have you, you flip onto your back body, across your left ankle over your right knee, and you're here and thread the needle. Whichever shape you have chosen, once you've set all your props just so, allow yourself to settle in. And in the quietude of my voice, we'll notice where is your awareness. If habit has migrated you back to the mind, again, use your breath as the bridge. Inhale, exhale. And I'm curious, what does three-part breath feel like to you in this shape? As you breathe in, it swells the belly, the rib cage, the upper chest. As you breathe out, you soften chest, ribs, and low belly. Just like that, inhaling belly, ribs, upper chest. Exhaling top to bottom. Can you feel how the focus on the breath ushers you into the now? Right, mind is a storyteller. It resides mostly in the past and the future, but your breath can only be in the now. So may it be an anchor to support you. It is when we are in our present moment that we have the most access to our power. In these last few rounds of Dirga Pranayama or three-part breath, add a hold if it feels good. Next time you breathe in, belly, ribs, upper chest, at the top of the breath, you hold it. And feel the lightness of breath and use your imagination to pack it down into the bones, into any part that feels taxed or tender. And then exhale, nice and slow, full and silky smooth. And at the bottom of the breath, you pause and you hold it and you notice the contrast. Breathe in, belly, ribs, upper chest, and hold it. Send it to where the body wants it. And exhale, let it go. Just two more like that. So good. With this final exhale, if you want to sigh or stick out the tongue or make a little noise, I encourage it. And to release, hands come underneath the shoulders. You press into the ground and lift up through the chest. If there's something under your left buttock, you slide it out. Sit down on the left cheek and let yourself revolve back to facing the short end of your mat. Feet come wide at the edges of the mat. Knees lean on each other. Hands just rest where you can sit into the bones, and you breathe and have your experience, pleasant or unpleasant. Let the breath move up and down your beautiful spine. So good. And again, with your feet standing so wide on the edges of the mat, allow your knees to tip side to side. You can do it real slow or a little faster if body needs that little shake out. And by, when those knees come over to the right, you leave them. You sit into that right buttock as that left hand sweeps across the horizon to find the right hand. You stand into both hands, lift the right hip and put it back down again. Body will find exactly where it wants to go. Draw the low belly in and then allow yourself to hinge forward, coming onto your forearms and pause. Again, if you feel like this would be better for you to be a little more supported, you're welcome to bring a bolster here and tuck it right into the belly so you're resting there. Or if body wants to go deeper, it might feel good to bow those elbows wide, stack your hands, bring your forehead to the back of your hands. Or some might even spread those arms out like wings and give the earth a big hug, resting on cheek or forehead. And you get whatever wiggles or lifts and shifts you need out of the way so that you can really surrender into total stillness. And as you settle through the bones now, again, we turn to breath body. Exhale all the breath out, please. And think about your right lung, your right ribs. Breathe in and expand there on the right back. Top of the breath, swish it across your spine and pour it out through the left chest. Inhale, right back, right lung, expand. Swish it across the spine, exhale out through the left chest. Inhale, right back. Exhale, left chest. Breathe in, right side. Breathe out, left side. Your rhythm, your breath. And by, as mind perhaps wanders, as mind so often do, you've got the breath always right there, just your awareness away. So when you catch yourself in the mind, you catch a ride on the breath and you take it into the right back and out through the left chest. By and by, let go of the action of breathing. Feel body resume its native rhythm. And before we release, twist if your body wants to sigh or stick out the tongue for a lion's breath or release an audible sound. Twisting, a great time to let go of a little bit more. And it's with consciousness and awareness that we transition into pigeon or sleeping swan on the right side. And so you take your time with it, and just like on the other side, if body prefers figure four, you go there instead. So the hands come underneath the shoulders, you press into the earth and lift up through the chest, pause, experience what you're feeling. And then press into the hands, tuck the left toes to shift that right knee under the body towards behind the right wrist. It's your back leg in pigeon that really helps you move back and away to find your appropriate edge in that hip. And then we'll play that little seesaw where you just sit a little into the right buttock and then rock forward a little into that left hip. And then sit a little more into the right buttock and then rock forward towards that left hip bone. And the whole time just, feeling, there's a spot. Oh yeah, that's for me right there. And when you find your spot, that's where you find your stillness and you allow your hands, your arms to walk forward out in front. Again, if this doesn't serve, you flip onto back body. The right ankle lays across the left thigh, hands thread between the legs, and you kind of find your figure four. It's the same shape, just different orientation of gravity. All right, so notice what's of service to your body and allow. And exploring what three-part breath feels like on this side. Inhaling to fill the belly, the ribs, the upper chest. Exhaling top to bottom. When mind wanders, catch a ride on the breath, come home. Just a few more breaths here. If you're still with your three-part breath, and these last few rounds might again feel good to stick out the tongue, to let out a big ah sound. Ah. Ah is a really healing vibration in the body. Scan around. Is there any place that you've been holding you were unaware, like the back of your jaw or the tongue? And just like butter on warm toast, you let your awareness rest and you feel it soften just through the seeing of it, the acknowledging of it, the sending it love, light, breath. So good. Of course, if body needs more time, you are welcome to stay. Otherwise, your hands come underneath your shoulders and you press into the ground, lift up through the chest. This time, tuck those back toes under, press into the hands, shift that, free that right knee to right underneath the right hip. Let the left knee land under the left hip. Pause, you're in table. And just surrender. Let your arm bones sink into your shoulder sockets, your leg bones sink into your hip sockets, the belly drops, so your sit bones kind of lift and spread. You're in a neutral, beyond neutral table. Take a breath in and out. And then lift and step your knees to the width of the yoga mat. Slide your big toes towards each other. Press into your hands to send your tush towards your heels. Child's pose position. Let your belly hang between your thighs. Let your forehead rest on earth or stacked palms. And right here, we consciously make that transition out of our yin practice into our yang practice. Having juiced the connective tissues, we notice, how does it feel to flow? So deep gratitude to the bones and all the connections in this body. Inhale, lift your gaze to the short end of the mat. Activate your hands, push the yoga mat away and feel moving a little bit out of the knees and into the hips. And then look at those hands, spread them wide. See them as starfish. Activate, press them into the floor, just like starfish might hold a rock in a turbulent sea. And then keeping the arms long, pull the floor towards yourself. The shoulders rise over the wrists. The heels optionally lift towards the buttock, and then you brighten your heart towards the front of the room. Exhale, pull the belly in. Send your hips towards your heels. Push the floor away. Really yawn into that low back. Inhale, rock forward. Heart slides over the wrists. The heels optionally come towards the buttocks. You brighten through those collarbones. Exhale, pike the hips. Take it back, wide knee child. And do that a couple more times. Some will want to move really slow. Others might move a little bit more quickly. Keep an awareness of those lower abdominals being active so that you're not collapsing in the low back in any way. Good morning, body. Repetition is something body often really loves. Take your time to find your depth. You don't have to go all in from the first go. Really good. And next time the hips move towards the heels, pause at center, lift and step the knees back to hip width distance apart. Tuck the toes under, and then drop the belly. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, press into the hands, round the back body, lift belly button towards spine. Inhale, belly drops, gaze looks forward. Exhale, round. Just a couple more like that, really using the hands. There's so much, right? If part of our strength and our mobility and our uprightness comes from rooting into the earth, can you use your hands like you use your feet? Right? We never kind of stand. There's always a whole lot of body weight in those feet when we're standing. So can you use that energy of hands pressing into earth? Good. Next time the belly drops, pause there. Toes are tucked under. Sit bones are lifting and spreading. Pop the knees a couple inches off the ground. Heavy-handed dog. And then keep your knees this bent. Push into the floor to send your heart towards your thighs. Knees are so bent, belly touches thighs. Press through your heel bones. Let your Achilles tendons yawn. Press into the webbing between your thumb and pointer finger. Roll your biceps to the outside walls. Drop your head a little more. Good. Now lengthen through the legs. Downward facing dog. Heels reaching towards the earth. Knees are slightly bent so you can really lift and spread through that tail. Drop the head. Nod it yes. For any reason down dog is not in your practice this morning, just walk your feet to the top of the mat and you can be in standing forward fold here. We'll only be here for a few more breaths. Breathing, allowing. And in these last few moments, down doggers, pedaling through the knees. Feeling the soles of the feet yawn. Pressing so much into the hands that you can feel the armpits lifting up towards the middle of your being. So good. From your down dog, please inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale, wave forward to plank. Hold and hover. Knees can always be on the earth. No big deal. Or if the knees are lifted, press through the crown, press through the heels. Front body lifting into back body, pushing off the planet. So you're not sagging into the bones. You're pushing the planet away. One more breath. Good, knees to earth, bend the elbows, chest to earth. Slither through, pubic bone finds the ground, elbows hug the ribs, lift up through your heart, baby cobra. Now pause here and press a little through the left chest, and then the right chest, left chest, right chest. Lift from the center of you. Exhale, heart to earth. Tuck the toes, hips to heels, top-toed child. And then rise those hips, downward facing dog. Take a walk to the top of the yoga mat, finding your standing forward fold. Soften through the knees, bow through the body. Inhale, lift and lengthen, hands to shin bones, look forward. Exhale, bow to you. Soft knees, deep footprints, roll on up to standing. Sun breath, arms sweep out and up, scoop the sky. Exhale, bring those hands back to your heart. Feel it, lift your sternum into your thumbs. Good. Inhale, sun breath, arm sweep out and up. Exhale, soft knees, swan dive. Really stick your tush out behind you as you soar forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, stepping back with that left foot, coming into a low lunge on the right side. Blocks under your hands may be of service to many bodies. Take your time with it. Heavy the tail, brighten the heart. Feel the length that is you. So good. Left knee releases down to the ground. Scissor the inner thighs. Hands come skyward. Inhale. Exhale, hands to earth, back toes tucked, press through that left heel, and then spiral your left foot flat. Keeping right hand under right shoulder, left hand reaches forward. It's kind of an awkward reach. Outside edge of left foot glued to earth, left fingertips reaching forward. Breathe in. Exhale, root to rise, warrior two. Right knee is tracking towards pinky toe side of foot. You feel that right buttock wrapping under the body. And how does it feel in the heart space to flip your palms skyward? Feel those big wings of the shoulder blades folding down the back body. See if you can lift all 10 toes. Feel the arches of the feet. Feel the legs activate. And then soften the toes. Inhale, reverse your warrior, right hand to the sky. Breathing. Exhale, extended side angle, right elbow, right thigh, left arm sweeps up and over. Now get long from left foot to left fingertips and pull the belly in, right elbow presses into thigh as you roll the heart a little more skyward. You might give your left bicep a kiss. Breathe. Good. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Straighten through that right leg, parallel the feet. Inhale, hands come to the sky. Exhale, release the hands to the hips. Micro bend the knees. The feet are slightly pigeon-toed here. Micro bend in the knees. Inhale, lift up through the heart. With your hands on your hip creases, push into your middle finger and feel that hinging. Stick your butt way out behind you. Pause at flat back. Now this might be plenty for some. If you want more challenge, you spread your wings. If you want even more challenge, you reach it forward, biceps framing the ears. If your arms are out wide, see if you can lift the backs of the hands just a little higher than the shoulder blades. You're looking down, but slightly out towards the horizon, so back of neck is long. Breathing, we're growing strong through the legs, strong through the back body. Breathe into your kidneys at the base of the ribs. One more breath. Hallelujah. Exhale, hands to earth. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bow to you, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen, rise up. Exhale, bow. Good, and then allow for one knee to bend any amount and then the other. As you shift from side to side, try to keep your hips low. Notice what you feel at the inseams of the pants. Really good. And then the next time you bend your left knee, look left, pivot left to the other short end of your yoga mat. Hands come to frame that left foot. You're in your low lunge on the other side. Pressing through the back heel, lifting through the heart. And then the right knee releases down to the ground. Scissor the inner thighs, hands come skyward, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to earth. Back heel presses away to lift that back knee, and then you spiral the right foot flat. Left hand stays under left shoulders. You reach way forward with that right hand. So you're lengthening the yoga mat as you reach away from it. Pull the belly in, root to rise, warrior two. Strongly tracking left knee towards pinky toe side of foot. That exterior rotation of the bone really wrapping the left buttock under the body. Your fingers spreading out from your heart. Again, notice what you feel in the shoulders and then flip your palms skyward. Keep that left knee bending strong as you reverse warrior, left hand skyward. Breathing into left waist. Good, by and by, left elbow finds left knee, right arm sweeps up and over. And you press into the right foot as you reach through the right middle finger. And then exhale, press your left elbow and spin your heart skyward. Maybe give your right bicep a kiss. Reach for it, breathe. Good, feel your feet, wrap your muscles around your bones, root to rise, come back up, warrior two. Straighten through your left leg, parallel the feet, you're slightly pigeon toe. Inhale, hands come skyward. Exhale, hands rest in front of the heart. Again, lift sternum into thumbs and breathe. Micro bend your knees. Inhale, open your arms wide. Try to get the hands out of your peripheral vision. Exhale, round your back body. Fingertips touch in front, tuck your chin. Inhale, spread out through the heart. So we're coming back to our bird wings. Exhale, round. So there's this sense of freedom as the arms move back. There's an opening in the front body. As the arms move forward, you spread. All right, you breathe in and the shoulder blades hug around the spine. And you breathe out and you make space at the back door of the heart. Just two more. Right, heart has done a beautiful job of protecting us. And I think, at least in my body, this kind of movement of reminding my heart that it's okay to spread out, to share love. Really good. Arms open out wide and you hold it. Release the hands behind the back body. Interlace the fingers. Press the knuckles towards the earth and lift up through the heart. Breathe. Heavier tailbone. Good. Now option one, you stay here, heart lifting. Option two, micro bend the knees. Hinge forward. Interlace fingers rising up and overhead and you mount. And if the arms are up and over, notice if stillness feels good or if it feels good to kind of explore space with those knuckles. Little micro movements coming in around the shoulders. Breathing. So good. Exhale, hands come down to rest on sacrum and then hands slide down the legs to find the floor. Look towards your right foot, pivot back towards the front short end of the yoga mat. Right foot steps back to meet the left foot. Downward facing dog, table or child's pose. Breathe your body. Let yourself wiggle and move in the ways that feel most in alignment with your intention to be of service to your body. So good, and preparing to flow again. Either in downward facing dog or table pose, your body's choice. As you breathe in, that right leg sweeps to the sky. Press into both hands. As that right toe reaches skyward, see if you can lift and lengthen a little more through the upper inner thigh, all the way out through the big toe. And then open your hip, right heel towards your buttock, right kneecap towards the sky. Press into both hands and draw your right chest towards your left thigh just a little. Let the opening happen at the hip. Good, now huge juicy hip circles, stirring that right femur bone in the right hip socket. Change direction of those circles. Good, inhale, lengthen that right leg. Exhale, roll forward, right knee to the outer right arm, hold and hover. Inhale, take it back behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee down the midline, try to touch your nose. Inhale, take it back behind you. Right knee to the outer left arm, little twist. Inhale, take it back behind you. Last time, roll forward, knee to nose, hold and hover. Right foot steps through, find your lunge. Plug into earth, rise up, high lunge. Hands can always be on the hips if that's more supportive. Breathe. Good, back foot flat, warrior two again. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side. Good, inhale, take it back behind you. This time, yogi's choice, hands cartwheel to earth. Optional vinyasa flow, stepping back to down dog and maybe moving through chaturanga dandasana. Or perhaps your body wants to move in a totally different way, maybe stepping forward to forward fold or resting back in child. Several cycles of breath, all your own. Grow your trust in your body. Really good. Just about 3 or 4 more cycles of breath in your own flow or in your resting place. Really good. And as you're ready, we prepare for second side. So finding your way back into downward facing dog or perhaps table pose. Knees can always be on the earth. From here, the left leg sweeps to the sky, breathe in. Start with square hips. You press more into both hands. You send your heart towards your right knee. You lengthen from your upper inner thigh all the way out through the toes. Breathe it. Can you get a centimeter longer? Good. Bend your left knee. Draw the heel towards the buttocks. Feel that yawn through the hips. And then start to draw huge circles with that left knee, just spinning the bone in the hip socket. All right, the yin practice, so nourishing to the hips in our passive pigeon. Change direction here. So good. Breathe in, lengthen left leg behind you. Exhale, roll forward plank, knee to the outer left arm, hold and hover. Breathe in, take it back behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose down the midline. Inhale, take it back behind you. Exhale, left knee to outer right arm, hold and hover. Good, take it back behind you, three-legged dog. And then slow motion, roll forward, left foot steps between the hands. Find your low lunge. Power into the earth. Wrap your legs or leg muscles around the bones. Root to rise. Come on up. High lunge. Sure, you're not on a balance beam. Give yourself the integrity of cross-country ski track distancing of the feet. Dare to lift the corners of your mouth. Good. Right foot flat. Warrior two on the left side. Melt through the shoulders. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side. Inhale, take it back behind you. Just like the other side, follow your flow. Yogi's choice with the exhale. Maybe hands frame front foot. You step back, down dog. Move through vinyasa. Or maybe there's another way your body wants to move. We're coming to the end of our standing sequence. So follow your heartbeat. Is body complete and ready for child? Does the body want to move through another chaturanga? Right? Every day, a unique experience of you getting to be in this body. Honor her. So good. Take your time in your flow. We're going to meet together on your back body. So invite your body in its own way to slowly find its way down to the earth. And once you find the earth, draw your knees into your chest. Maybe you're holding the backs of the thighs or the front of the shin bones and let yourself rock a little side to side. Bring that rocking to stillness. Squeeze. Good. Good, and then bring your left foot to stand on the ground. Allow your right knee to again draw circles in space. This time, slow it down. Draw the lower abdominals in and notice how, oh wow, when I use my legs, I use my core. Right? Every step in the body is not just those strong muscles around your bones, but we're working with psoas muscle that connects the legs to the torso and your abdominal strength. Change the direction of those right knee circles. Keep low back, low belly pulling into spine, so low back is merging to the earth. Good, and then sweep that right ankle across the left thigh. Heel toe your left foot to the middle of the yoga mat. Arms open out to a soft T. Hands to, palms facing the earth. Hands are there to help support the low back. Now, if your body is feeling like, oh, I want something real gentle, you're going to leave that left foot on the floor and just go side to side with your figure four. Please flex your right ankle to keep that right knee nice and safe. Those wanting a little more fire, a little more core here, you lift the left foot off the ground, really activate your arms into the earth, flex both ankles, and it's the same movement, but with that left foot floating, so you take a little more effort in those side oblique muscles. Side to side you go, your shoulder girdle is glued to the floor. The lower abdominals are drawing in. And if foot is lifted, we're strengthening those side oblique muscles. If foot is on earth, let it be really, really, juicy, effortless. A couple more on each side. Really good. And when the knees go off to the left, allow yourself to stay there, finding a little twist. If your body feels more comfortable with uncrossing and just stacking right thigh on top of left, that's an option. If body wants to deepen the right thigh over left thigh connection, you can do that. Your body's twist, just about 3 breaths here. Breathe and allow for it. So good. Right knee leads the way, unravel back to center, bring both feet to standing, stand into the feet, lift the pelvis, and then place it right back down again. Right foot stays as is, left knee draws in, and we start to draw those slow, big juicy circles with the left thigh bone in the hip socket. Drawing the lower abdominals in, slowing it down so you can feel the connection. Right, we did this movement in down dog or three-legged table. How does it feel the same or different when you've got all that support of the earth behind you? Change direction of those circles. Really use your center. So good. And from there, we lay the left ankle across the right thigh. We heel toe the right foot to the middle of the yoga mat. Flip your palms to press into earth. If you're doing active, it might feel good to bring the hands closer to the hips for more support. Your choice. Maybe the right foot stays on the ground, left foot flexes, everybody, and you go side to side. Or if you want the more active variation, you lift that right foot off the ground, again, flexing both feet, pressing into the palms, and side to side you go. Good morning, side obliques. Use your breath. Every exhale, the body twists. Every in-breath, you come back to center. Really good. Last couple each side. Good. Coming back to center. Right foot finds earth. Left foot finds earth. Stand into feet. Lift the pelvis. Put them back down again. Hand sweep down to frame your hips. Walk your fingers as close to your ankles as you can and feel how that inches the shoulder blades down the back body. Sneak your heels a little closer to your buttocks. Breathe in. Stand into your heels. Lift your pelvis. Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Now maybe you grab the edges of the sticky mat and pull it towards your toes, or maybe you walk those arms underneath the body, interlacing the fingers, sending your knuckles towards your heels. Feel that sweet expanse at the back of the neck. And one more time, find your 3-part breath. Exhale, fully feel your bones. Breathe in, swell your belly, your ribs, your upper chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, low belly. Breathe in, belly, rib cage, upper chest. Exhale, top to bottom. Just 2 more, don't miss a moment. Use your heels to press into the earth. Feel the upper inner thighs rolling south, the spaciousness of the front body as the breath expands you, the connection of the bones as the exhale holds you. Last breath, breathe in, belly, ribs, upper chest. Hold the breath, hold the shape. Maybe you lift your heels. When the urge to exhale comes strong, part the hands, walk the shoulder blades away, and then ease the spine down, 1 vertebra at a time. Don't miss a moment. Whenever sacrum finally lands, just be right there. Don't fix, don't shift, just surrender and receive. Let your breath move into every nook and cranny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let the knees open wide. Bring one hand to belly and one hand towards heart. Elbows soft on the floor so it's effortless. Let your palms cradle these incredible wisdom centers of your body, the radiance of the heart and your abdominal brain. And invite your intention to gong through your body. Taking a moment of gratitude and appreciation for all the parts of you that are working so well. And if this feels like a neutral shape to you, you are welcome to stay here for Shavasana. If your body prefers to draw those knees back together, maybe putting a bolster underneath the knees or any other kind of variation for your resting pose, this is your time to find your way there. And right away you feel gravity. Wrap herself around your body, your bones, your cells, and just hug you a little closer towards the earth. You soften the space between the eyebrows, the back of the jaw, the front of your throat, shoulder girdle, hips and pelvis, knees, ankles, feet. Now, in the stillness of your physical body, give your awareness back to the radiance of the heart, the wholeness of your being, not just the embodiment here beneath the skin, but the spacious energy that is you, your breath body with your physical body. That light and radiance that is a part of you. May you rest and marinate with the light that is you. Shavasana. Gently, softly, sweetly, just become aware that you're in a body. And find your breath in your body. Noticing where the breath has pooled in your rest. As you're ready, please begin to swell the banks of that pool. Deepen the breath, let it broaden, deepen, and widen across the landscape of your body. Exhale fully and completely. As the breath widens, you bring in small movements, wiggling fingers, toes. Might feel good to rake the fingers through the hair. Wrap the arms around your torso. Give yourself a hug. You deserve it. Eventually drawing your knees into your chest, rolling over onto one side, taking a moment there in fetal pose. Right, this is the first shape your body ever made. I'm always really struck by the way this shape kind of embodies the sense of self-love. May your heart feel that. And when you're ready, you press hands to gently transition back up to your seated meditation. Take your time, stay present with all you've cultivated. And as you find your seat, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Beautiful golden central channel running down the middle of your body. You breathe in and send the breath down into the earth. Help it root you, ground you, connect you. Exhale, send the breath from the earth through your body up into the heavens. Do that a couple times, just sweeping your central channel clear with the breath. And allowing the hands to gather in front of the heart. Notice what's alive in you now. How do you feel? It's from a place of deep gratitude we ask that the blessings and the merits of this practice ripple through us now and expand beyond us, reaching into all beings everywhere with no exception. May all beings know happiness and the root of happiness. And may all beings be free of suffering and the root of suffering. Sealing practice with an Om, full breath in. Shabakwan. Namaste. Thank you, dear ones. I'm so grateful